Today, we are here to talk about AI agent technology and how salons can embrace it. AI agent technology built for the salon industry can now perform tasks that once required multiple employees but at a fraction of the cost, with perfect consistency and no downtime. The return on investment is tangible and immediate in the form of improved client retention, full volumes, increased retail sales, and higher profits. Today, I am talking to salon business expert Liz Mckeon about how salons can embrace AI to save significant administration time and stress while making more profit. By the way, Liz will also be speaking about this in more detail on stage at the upcoming professional beauty event in April, but we wanted the inside scoop first. So, Liz, you are very, very welcome.
Thank you, Lisa. It's my pleasure, and I'm thrilled to be here.
Great. So, dying to hear all about this. Let's get into the first question. So, for salon owners who feel the idea of AI a bit overwhelming and they feel like they're getting behind all the time, can you explain what an AI agent is in really simple terms? And is it helpful to think of it more as a digital staff member?
Yes, and I fully get how overwhelming AI is at the moment because we're just being bombarded with it. But I always think in business, we have to have an element of staying in our own lane. And why do any of us go into business? Yes, it's for all sorts of reasons and loving what we do, but everybody is in business to make money. So AI agents are developed for revenue growth. And I think in the natural course of my work, everybody I meet, they just want to be looking after their clients, doing a really good job, doing the hands-on services, being immersed in the work that they're like, it's like a God-given talent that most people have
Mm,
to do that work. But the business won't survive these days without all the extra behind the scenes that customers have no idea about, all that goes on, all the activities that go on, generating new business, keeping clients coming back, selling retail, and making sure that the phone is answered, that every client gets the appointment they want. If we're to break it down, that's a huge body of work and a
yeah.
huge cost attached to it. And I know people are always worrying, business owners are worrying about increasing their prices to include the costs of keeping all those administrative tasks going. So if we could just park everything that we hear about AI for the moment and just think, how can I use AI to help my business become more profitable? How can I
Yeah.
use AI for revenue growth? And how can I use AI to give me back some of my personal time? Because most
Mm,
entrepreneurs work a minimum of 64 hours plus per week,
yeah.
every week. And in our industry, a lot of business owners are working a full column as well as running their businesses. So AI agents have been developed. They are like a little team, a little army, little
Yeah.
team of technical support agents that will pay for themselves. So you don't have to worry about the cost of it, but
Mm.
they are revenue focused and working on your business 24/7.
That
That's
just takes so much headache away, doesn't it? And allows people to actually get a bit of time back to spend with their partners, their families, their loved ones, rather than being
yes,
like so many salon owners I know after work, they come out of work, but then they're straight on their phone, reorganizing the columns if someone rings in sick or doing things like that. There's so many admin tasks or jumping on to do other accounting or whatever. There's so many admin tasks
yes,
they have to do.
yeah. So in terms of the overwhelm around AI, don't get overwhelmed. Just what's going to help me make more money? What's going to give me a better
Mm.
quality of life? And that's what the AI agents have been created to do.
That's brilliant. That kind of explains it really well and makes it because I
Good,
think everyone
good.
thinks about AI in terms of ChatGPT and everything, but they don't know, then don't realize the capability of what's out there from the different technology platforms that are now available. So that's
Yeah.
wonderful. And then another thing is, the salon owners often experience frustration of missing a booking. The phone rings, they're in the middle of a treatment or a service. So can you explain the high level benefit of an AI agent acting as a 24/7 receptionist?
Yes. So one of the AI agents to take the workload off, and to make sure that you never miss a call. And it's been estimated that 30% of calls are lost in salons and clinics. It's
30%.
also been found out, even though I know online booking is fantastic, people still like to pick up the phone and talk to somebody and get that appointment in really fast. And also, I mean, I've worked front of house and I teach a course, reception leading from the front, but like you still have to have your lunch, you have to have your breaks, you have to go to the bathroom. What happens your phone then? You can't have your sandwich because you're saying, oh, if that phone rings, what's going to happen? And then we're asking people to come off the floor and answer the phone, and they're not trained on front of house. So front of house can be a bit of a minefield, but it's also the
Mm,
glue that keeps the whole, it's the glue that keeps the whole floor running properly. So it's really, really important. So the AI receptionist, this is mind blowing, but it's fantastic, can answer your phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and can take up to 20 calls at the same time.
wow, that's
Now,
amazing. And I
this,
suppose you're getting consistency as well, aren't you? Consistency of service as well.
yes, and your AI agent can be programmed for your business with the knowledge of like the services that you provide, your opening hours, your policies, your cancellation policy, take your deposits, all of that sort of thing. So it will be built out to suit your business and your personal requirements. Now, that is not for businesses that have a front of house presence. That is not taking away that role. It's freeing that
Mm,
person up so that they can be more customer focused, work on the floor a little bit better, be much more effective without being distracted by the phone unless they want to. It also means that, when you come in on a Monday or a Tuesday and your business has been closed for a couple of days, you're not spending hours phoning people back. This is like just
yeah.
please use your imagination for this because it is a
Mm,
little bit hard for us to grasp at the start until you get used to it. Everybody who phoned over the weekend, their appointments will be
mm.
taken in your appointment system. And then you're free to just be as fantastic as you need to be and get on with what you need to do on that day. So, but this is the way the world is moving, and we need
It
to we
is.
need to move with it.
Indeed, indeed. And then how does it manage as well to book those appointments and answer questions, I suppose, exactly the way a business owner would?
Think of it if you had a new front of house person joining your team.
Mm,
I know when I had a salon, I had to come out with my big reception manual. Here's my price list. Here's what we do. Here's the layout. So you teach it what you would teach a human.
yeah, as
That's
simple as
it.
that.
It's even simpler because you teach it this in about an hour.
Wow. And then
Yeah.
again, as I said, you're getting that consistency all the time, and I suppose even if it has questions about if you have laser hair removal offering or IPL, it could even maybe answer questions. That's why a lot of people still ring in, isn't it, Liz? Because they don't just book in for something like that. They have to have a consultation. They have to ask some questions beforehand. They might be
Yes.
daunted if they haven't had these high-end treatments before, especially machine-based devices. They
Yeah.
will have questions. So
You want
this,
that reassurance.
yes, yes,
Yes.
exactly.
And also I think from the laser therapist, from that person's perspective, all the customers' questions have been answered.
Yeah,
So you're not
that's true.
losing time if
Mm,
they had just booked online or they didn't get their questions answered beforehand. So yeah, it really does help people to be much, much more effective. But the interesting thing is it will never forget. It
mm,
will never
mm.
have a bad day.
Yes, true. Yes,
And I know we all know you train people up and then they decide to leave or go to Australia or disappear and then
yes.
you have to start all over again.
Mm.
It's really hard to visualize, but you can forget about all those worries. It has
Those
the
troubles are gone
information.
now.
It'll hold
Mm.
on to it. It will continue learning and it will never forget. It'll always be in good form. I was testing one yesterday and I rang. I had tried it a few times and then I rang yesterday and I was just like, hi Liz, thanks so much for calling us back.
So it knew you called in the first place.
Yes, I thought I I would be that old-fashioned person that tends to pick up the phone and ring people, but never has anybody recognized my
The fact
number
that yeah,
before I say who I am. And yeah,
that's
so
impressive. Yeah, that is
so that
impressive.
level of customer service is available. So you don't have to worry about your customers not being taken care of.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then you write a lot for industry publications. And then in your recent article in Professional Beauty magazine, you talk about turning the missed calls and the lapsed clients into real revenue. So for a salon owner who feels like they're losing money through the cracks, how does an AI agent act as a growth engine then to find those lost opportunities and bring them back into the business?
So I have a little phrase that white space is the enemy.
Yeah, white space. That's a good analogy. Yeah.
So when I had sounds and spas, white space is the enemy. I know how many bills I have to pay at the end of every week. I know what my outgoings are. I know how many services I need to sell in
Mm.
order to be able to pay that. And then when through, things happen, people and they can't make it, or you have a no-show, or you have a few cancellations, you're just then, how am I going to pay my bills this week? And this is
Yeah.
what I see, the spiral that I see so many business owners trapped in. Well, I better work harder. I better stay back more. I have
Mm.
it on my shoulders, and we only have one set of shoulders. But I better make up that shortfall that the white space has caused in order to keep the business thriving and going. But imagine just putting the brakes on and just with literally like maybe 60 seconds of just organizing a promotion, and you have another AI agent that can literally start ringing your clients and saying, hi Mary, we haven't seen you for a while. Lisa asked me if I'd give you a call. We have this amazing new
Mm.
service in. It's on at half price this week. And Lisa was wondering if you'd like. So the AI agent can actually call your clients and can, or else WhatsApp your clients if you don't want them disturbing,
Mm.
with phone calls, and just fill that white space. So white space, that enemy, can
Yeah.
actually be a thing of the past. And I know so much in my work when I'm working with teams and I'm teaching them how to rebook, but some will and some won't. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so I can lead a horse to water. I can't make a drink. So for that person who just really struggles with rebooking, then we can just use your second AI agent. Just
Mm.
fill that white space in a real methodical way. Now we're not bombarding your
No, no,
database or
exactly.
anything like that. It'll just
Yeah.
just ring around. If you're 3 or 4 hours, it'll just ring people until that's full.
That's amazing, isn't it? And it's a lot more direct as well. Especially WhatsApp is a fantastic facility to contact the clients
Yeah.
because I think when we have sometimes other salons that have white space, they might stick a story up on social media or something like that, or a post to say, "Oh, we've 3 slots for a laser next Saturday." But unfortunately, with social media now, the algorithm's only showing that to 3% of their followers, 3 to 5% of their followers, unless they pay for advertising. So this is such a great way of using the tools and techniques already in the salon, not costing them any extra from an advertising perspective to do such a thing. So that's very efficient. It's a very efficient way of getting the
Really,
white space
we,
booked.
we just eliminate white space. That's it. It's gone.
Mm.
So that will just re-engage lapsed clients you haven't seen for a while. So it'll work your database.
No, that's amazing. And again, we're always big proponents of leveraging your existing client base as well before you start spending dollars on acquiring new clients. They're still
Yes.
very important too, but most of your business comes from your existing client base. It's so important
Yeah.
to keep them engaged and coming back. And so this is fantastic to lead it, to be part of that strategy.
Mhm.
Um, so then my last question is that I suppose we talked earlier on about protecting that human connection. So a big fear, I suppose, in the beauty industry with some people is that technology will make the salon experience feel um, cold or robotic using AI. So, again, you mentioned in that article, I mentioned that AI agents actually protect the human connection. But how does having a digital agent handling the busy work behind the scenes actually allow the stylists and therapists to be more human with their clients?
So the AI agents take the load behind the
Mm,
scenes.
yeah,
They're not replacing anybody. Like the AI receptionist is not replacing your front of
the
house person. It's
receptionist. Yeah.
it's freeing them. So instead of being caught doing the phone calls in the middle of the night and all that sort of
Mm.
thing. It helps you to just focus on what you're really, really good at, which is taking care of your clients. And yes, AI will continue, we know, to, to, it's just, I mean, it's just exploding, isn't it?
Evolving, yeah, all
And
the time.
technology. But the wonderful part about our industry is it's future proofed because that's what people want. And I think people are craving it now more than ever is
Mm,
human
mm,
connection. And where else do you get that need met?
yeah.
You can't get it met anyplace else to the same extent as you can in the salon or in the clinic. So AI agents are here, have been created to help your business become more profitable, more efficient, and free you up to do the really effective hands-on work
Mm,
to focus on that connection with the client because you're not saying, oh, I hope the phone doesn't ring now while I'm doing this leg wax because you can give 100% focus and attention to your clients because everything else is being taken care of by your by your AI team.
it's
So
amazing. Mm,
so my observation of it is it takes the load off people, lets people be really, really good at what they do. And like, what do? We take care of our clients.
mm.
That's what we've all trained to do. That's what we want to do. That's what we're good at. The other stuff at times is just overload and a bit of a nuisance, like for some
Yeah, I know all the admin. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
for some people. So I think it just gives you the space to just do what you're fantastic at.
Mm.
That's
I
it.
think people, the therapists would be more energized and, give a better service as well because you're not going to be so bedraggled from all the other work that you have to do. So it's going to, as you said, freeing them up with time, with energy and the space to really look after the clients well.
Well, I meet so many teams every week, and with the best hearts in the world. Sometimes I hear back, "This isn't what I signed up to do. I
Yeah,
signed
yeah,
up to look after customers. I
yeah,
signed up to cut hair or to look after
yeah.
skin or to do nails. That's what I want to do. I don't want
Hmm.
to do the other stuff. I'm no
Yeah.
good at it." So. And all the time we hear about how transient teams are, how hard it is to keep a happy team. But I think, you take the tasks off them that they don't like doing, let them do what
Mm,
they're fantastic at, they'll settle far more. And
yeah,
also as a customer, and I don't know if you ever feel this, but like I know if I'm ever getting a service done, I know whether the person is concentrating or not. So AI is empowering people to be even better at what they do.
that's really good. That's really interesting. It's a different way of thinking about it, isn't it? Yeah, and I sort
Yes.
of demystifies it for people as well. Well, thank
Yeah.
you very, very much, Liz.
Thank
So
you.
just to remind everybody that Liz is speaking on stage at the Professional Beauty Show this April. She's on stage on Sunday, 19th of April at 2:45. So if you're at the Professional Beauty Show, please go along and see Liz. I had to give a shout out for ourselves as well. We are on stand number 415 in the Aesthetic Medicine Halls, but you can come through even if you're in the Professional Beauty Show. They're running the two parallel. So we look forward to seeing everyone there. Liz, thanks very much again.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate your time this morning.
My pleasure.